Only 1% of people can score full marks on this history quiz. Are you one of them? If you get most of these questions right, your history knowledge is seriously impressive. Get ready and let's start. Who was the first President of the United States? George Washington. Which ancient civilization built the pyramids? The Egyptians. In which year did World War I begin? 1914. Who is credited with discovering America in 1492? Christopher Columbus. Which wall fell in 1989, symbolizing the end of the Cold War? The Berlin Wall. Who was the British Prime Minister during most of World War II? Winston Churchill. Which country gifted the Statue of Liberty to the USA? France. Who wrote the ancient epic The Odyssey? Homer. What was the name of the ship that brought the Pilgrims to America in 1620? The Mayflower. Which empire was ruled by Julius Caesar? The Roman Empire. Who is credited with inventing the World Wide Web? Tim Berners-Lee. Which war was fought between the North and South regions of the United States? The Civil War. Who was the first human to travel into space? Yuri Gagarin. In which country did the Industrial Revolution begin? Great Britain. What ancient structure in China was built to keep out invaders? The Great Wall. Who painted The Starry Night? Vincent van Gogh. The attack on Pearl Harbor happened during which war? World War II. Which famous leader was known as the Maid of Orleans? Joan of Arc. What was the name of the first artificial satellite launched into space? Sputnik 1. Who was the main author of the U.S. Declaration of Independence? Thomas Jefferson. Which city was destroyed by the eruption of Mount Vesuvius in 79 AD? Pompeii. Who was the legendary queen of ancient Egypt known for her beauty? Cleopatra. The shot heard round the world started which war? The American Revolution. Which historical figure is known for his I Have a Dream speech? Martin Luther King Jr. Who was the first woman to fly solo across the Atlantic Ocean? Amelia Earhart. Which country was the first to use paper money? China. Who discovered penicillin? Alexander Fleming. What was the name of the ship Charles Darwin traveled on? HMS Beagle. The Magna Carta was signed in which year? (1215). Which famous nurse is known as the Lady with the Lamp? Florence Nightingale. Who was the first emperor of Rome? Augustus. The Olympic Games originated in which country? Greece. Which revolution used the guillotine for executions? The French Revolution. Who discovered the law of gravity? Isaac Newton. What was the code name for the project to build the first atomic bomb? The Manhattan Project. Who was the leader of the Soviet Union during World War II? Joseph Stalin. Which civilization invented the wheel? The Sumerians. Who became president of South Africa after spending 27 years in prison? Nelson Mandela. Which war ended with the Treaty of Versailles? World War I. Who painted the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel? Michelangelo. Which country was formerly known as Persia? Iran. Which U.S. president is on the $5 bill? Abraham Lincoln. Who was the founder of Buddhism? Siddhartha Gautama. The Battle of Waterloo was the final defeat for which leader? Napoleon Bonaparte. Which explorer was the first to circumnavigate the globe? Ferdinand Magellan. Who was the longest reigning British monarch before Queen Elizabeth II? Queen Victoria. In which year did man first land on the moon? 1969. Who wrote the diary of her life in hiding during the Holocaust? Anna Frank. Which civilization is known for its terracotta army? China. Who is the famous Mongol leader who established the largest land empire in history? Genghis Khan. So, how many questions did you get right? Comment your score below and see if you can beat your friends. If you enjoyed this history challenge, like the video and subscribe for more fun quizzes.